What's going on, people? Guns Ryer from NextGenTactics, and we're doing another actual jungle strategy, search and destroy strategy, and it's going to be the same thing as the protect your flank one that I showed before. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's imperative, I think, for you guys to actually know that it works, number one, to show repetition. And I know it gets a little bit boring, but for these strategy videos, it is repetitious, but it's going to let you know that they work. Because sometimes you see people record stuff just randomly, like if it just, you happen to have a good game and like, oh, well, there's the strategy. Well, that doesn't work. That's not effective. You need to have it sort of, you know, tried, tested, and true. You know, what is that, Chevy? But it's true, though. You need, and this is the exact same. If you saw the other video, yes, it's a bit boring, but when your team is completely forward, you're always going to get individuals from the opposition that are going to try to flank. They're going to always, especially in jungle, there's always people that try and come through here. Now, I do die, I think, the next round defending the flank, but there's another person that's helping me. I go forward, out of position, which actually ends up getting me killed. Maybe it's even here. I think, maybe it's here. Is it here? I know what, yeah, there we go. Going out of position too much. There's no need for me to do that. Again, you know, I'm not a robot, for God's sakes. And I do, you know, you see that person, you want to get that kill. It's a lot of fun. But at the same time, to protect the team, to make sure that the team wins. I mean, if it's 1v5, that's fine. But I've seen people, I mean, I've had 1v5 clutch moments where I've taken out 5 individuals. Never underestimate it. The one thing that I absolutely hate, and one thing in GBs, when we're playing game battles, competitive gaming, and I'm talking to the NGT Elite team, the one thing I always say is, do not go chasing after the person, the last person alive. If that person was an MLG pro, and we actually, funny enough, we played against a guy named Ryu last night with Medina, because we were talking, we're getting ready for some scrims to bring to you guys, and more competitive gaming. This is where it gets a lot serious. These gamers are friggin' way above public match randoms. You know what I mean? Like, this is where you get people that are very skilled at this game. And this guy, Ryu, is actually... you know, he competes a lot, he goes in a lot of competitions, and he knew exactly what he was doing. And the problem is we were like 4 or 5v1, he was one individual. And what do? Number one, I get, and believe me, I'm the same way. I mean, I preach this, and then all of a sudden I do something stupid, and then I want to friggin' slap myself for being an idiot. And then we all went chasing after him, and he slowly took out friggin' 3 or 4 of us at the same time. He was camping, actually, and this is where I get killed after the same thing. I go chasing after rabbits, and then or chasing red dots or whatever, but there's no red dots. I just say you're chasing rabbits. Whenever you see someone running, all of a sudden you go running after them. Well, in public matches, that's dangerous. Unless you have Hacker Pro on and you can actually see where claymores are, it is a very dangerous thing to be doing in this game. So I'm very cautious when I play this game. Now you notice with the claymore, since the team decided to go to the other bomb site this time and not moving forward, I still place the claymore relatively in the same spot, but on the other side. Because when they're running through there, that's where they're going to actually transition through. Now what happens here is there was a guy at the top there at the sniper perch, which is really kind of stupid. But by shooting, constantly giving fire up there, what you're doing is you're sort of giving, you know, suppressing fire, basically. You know what I mean? It keeps him pinned down. He's not going to get up, not while there's bullets whizzing over top. No one's going to stand up doing that. Even if you're not remotely close, they're going to hear the bullets. They're going to hear them flying over top. They're going to stay prone, which gives you an opportunity to actually get out of there. He's going to wait a few seconds when that last bullet stops, because they're going to assume that you're still looking at it. Now, there's actually a guy in here. I'm going to check. So I'm trying to swing around the far side. We're trying to do a pinch move here. And we're moving along. Now, the beauty of me firing down there with no silenced weapon, which is why I don't care about silencers. You can use unsilenced weapons to your advantage. When I fire the weapon off in the riverbed, whatever enemy players are left can actually hear that and will say, okay, there's someone there. And they get comfortable in this position, which allows me to get around to this area here without him actually looking to the rear. You know what I mean? And so he is actually in there. Now, when I move around, you're going to see I notice his motion sensor, and I'm like, crap, he knows exactly where I am. Because that thing's constantly going off. Where is it? There it is, and I'm like, oh shit. So I get rid of that because obviously the dude, like, I mean, I'm in his. If I was that close to it, you can be damn sure that he knows that I was there. So here we go, and then I'm able to get him. But damn sure, you see one of those things, you need to vamonos. You need to move out of the radius, and it's a big radius. Destroy it if you can, like I did, but make sure that you get the hell out of there. Now remember, there was a guy up in the sniper perch, so we're still got to look for that guy. And he may have still been pinned down. He may still be watching the actual bomb site. But you got to be careful on that. Anyway, now, like I said before, never underestimate, and I know I'm all over the place. Back to this Ryu guy. I mean, he's a, you know, I don't know if he's semi-pro, but he definitely knows what he's doing. And he's very, very intelligent in how he did it. And he basically picks us off. If you get overconfident in this game and assume that the person on the other side, even if it's a 5v1 situation, I've seen it so many times, and my own teammates do it all the time, and it pisses me off when they do it. So many times you're a 5v1, turns all of a sudden into a 1v1. Because your team goes in there and gets trapped. Either the first guy gets killed by a claymore, second one gets snagged because he has no idea where this guy was, assuming that he, you know, he's circling around the other way. Meanwhile, he's camping somewhere. Look at this friggin' stall. Damn it. Anyway, don't ever underestimate the enemy. I don't care if you're friggin', you know, you think you're MLG. Chances are you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be playing in public matches. You'd probably be playing GBs, staying sharp. Although this Ryu guy was in public matches. He didn't stay very long. Because it really doesn't help him. I mean, this is kind of like boring for him. You know what I mean? When you're playing a lot of competitive gaming, public matches become rather trivial. But there's a very different side from competitive versus public matches. Because obviously in public matches, people play a little bit careless, and that's actually dangerous for you, because if they're playing careless, that means they're gonna do stupid rushes that you wouldn't expect. So if you're playing it in GBs, people play a different way. They play more cautious. They're not gonna do what they do in public matches because a lot more is on the line. And by a lot more, I mean those that actually take it seriously. If you don't take it seriously, then you don't think it's a lot's on the line, then that's fine. I don't actually give a shit. Now this is exactly what the guy did. And this is actually very similar to what that Ryu guy did. He stayed back in their spawn because he knew there was like 5 of us versus him, and he knew that when it's a 5v1 situation, most people, especially in public matches, will go chasing after the rabbit. They'll go hunting thinking that they've got the advantage. Oh, it's 5v1. Meanwhile, this guy friggin' just picks everybody off and slowly friggin' kills everyone. Next thing you know, they got spy planes, they've got these other kill streaks, and then the game, you lose the round. I've seen it 1,000 times. Maybe not 1,000, maybe 997 times. You know what I mean? A lot. So don't do it. Be, you know, at least be one of the people that are cautious and stay back and win the round for your team. So anyway, that's it. That's the end of that round there. And remember, I've seen it before. I've done that before. I got killed by that guy there, and I got killed by Ryu last night playing with Medina. Do not go hunting after the rabbit. Let them come to you, especially on defense. I'm Guns for Hire. Peace. Get the latest updates and stay in touch with the NGT community with our all-new Facebook application. Check the description of the video for details.